Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a reading with the tarot cards and some oracle cards to find out what is going to go on for you this week. We're going to do 3 readings, and so what I want you to do first is go ahead and close your eyes. Take a big deep breath. And on your exhale, I want you to go ahead and see which crystal do you resonate with the most. We've got this jet, we have citrine, and we have labradorite right here. So go ahead and see which crystal you resonate with the most, and then that will be the group that you are in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the jet group. So I hope you're having a good day today and excited to see what the week has in store for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start with tarot. So, tarot, what does the jet group, what do they have going on this week? What are the energies like? What are the energies like this week for the jet group? Oopsies. There we go. All right, so I'm going to pull 3 cards. Okay, so looks like this week we're going to start with this card. So this is the Knight of Cups, and this card's reversed obviously, so let's turn it upside down just to look at it for a second. And the Knight of Cups is all about love being our highest power, right? So this guy, this knight, he is taking action. He is very focused on love. Love is his thing. This could mean that you have a new love coming into your life. It could also mean that you are blocked to it, because remember, it was reversed. So this could mean that you feel a little blocked to love. It could mean that the relationship you're in currently, maybe you're just having a little hard time expressing your love, expressing yourself. It could also mean that you're struggling to look at working on the stuff that you love. So what I mean by that is maybe you just haven't had very much time to work on that stuff. Maybe you've just been kind of in a funk. I mean, it has been difficult around the world, so maybe it's just been tricky, right? So I think this is kind of saying, in order for us to turn this card upright, it'd be really good to focus on the stuff that you love this week. Spend some time with the stuff that you love. That could be people, it could be hobbies, it could be books that you love, all that kind of stuff. Okay, the next card is the 5 of Swords. And if you see, this card is kind of saying that you're kind of feeling like this is mine, this is not yours. You're feeling a little bit defensive over your, maybe over your opinions, I would say. Feeling a little misunderstood. And so I think, if we combine so far what we're seeing is maybe this has to do with a relationship, that you're just feeling like, a love relationship, that you're just kind of feeling out of whack. Like you're not really on the same page. You're not really understanding each other very well. This could be with yourself. Maybe you're struggling with your own thoughts, feeling kind of like you've been victimized this week. And, victimization or victim mindset is a very common issue. It's just something that we do, our brains do when we're having a tough time. So don't beat yourself up over that. But it is a good thing to recognize and look at, right? Okay, now this last card is the Judgment card. And judgment has to do with how we judge ourselves. Maybe it's asking forgiveness. Maybe it is judging others. Maybe recognizing that things will work out. So I think what this is saying is I think this week feels a little tricky. It does feel like maybe we're a little blocked with some love. We're not feeling very understood, maybe in our own brains. It's time to do some forgiveness, probably with ourselves, is what I'm thinking, and maybe with how we've treated somebody in our life. So that's kind of what I'm sensing, and I apologize for my stuffy nose. I have terrible allergies today. So, okay, that's what I think is happening with the tarot so far. So, this is going to be a little tricky week, it looks like. Might not be the easiest. of weeks. But I think, recognizing it, owning it, remembering that you're the creator of your life. So if something is negative in terms of a relationship, how do you fix it? Like, how do you forgive yourself, right? And move forward and move on so that can kind of bring some like massive change. And remember, this is what we call a major arcana card in the tarot. And what that is like, it's a major life lesson, what's going on here. So this is going to be really important for your growth, for your just your ability to have positive relationships. All right, let's see what the Lenormand has to say. So Lenormand, what does the Jet group need to know about their week? Okay, all right. So this is the Scythe or Scythe. I don't know if I ever say that stuff right. I'm terrible at pronouncing words. I'm sure if you stick around with me, you will understand how bad I am at words. Okay, so this is kind of talking about we're going to have to cut through some stuff this week. So cut through some BS, maybe cut through some of the difficulties that you're going through. You might kind of feel cut down this week too. It kind of seems like this week might be a little tricky. So I think that, with what the tarot's saying, I think, asking for forgiveness for yourself. When I say asking for forgiveness, I don't necessarily mean like this woman who's asking an angel, but maybe if that's what's right for you, maybe it's just spending time forgiving yourself, right? Forgiving the people that you have been hurt by, right? Okay, let's see what the angels want to tell us. So angels, what I'm going to do is, since this week seems a little tricky, angels, what can make the situation a little easier on the Jet group? What can make it a little easier for them this week? Okay, so this says the law of attraction. And the law of attraction, right? We've heard of that. That's like manifesting, right? Remember The Secret, that movie, that book that was popular. So this is talking about, here, let me read it to you. It says, each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. So this is saying, ask the angels for help. Catch your thoughts. That's kind of what this is saying too. Catch your thoughts, because our thoughts are causing problems here. That's what it looks like. Maybe that'll help to unblock you from love and feel like you can forgive yourself. The other thing about the hay in this, it always reminds me, hay, that kind of represents abundance, right? If you think about it, if you were a farmer and you had a full field of hay, then you would be abundant, right? That would be amazing. So if we're cutting through all that, maybe we're cutting through some belief systems that are keeping us from being abundant. Does that make sense? So maybe that's why this law of attraction card came up. Is like really just paying attention to our thoughts, trying to change our thoughts to positivity. And if it doesn't feel right to change it totally over to positive, you can stay neutral. So for example, if you hear yourself being mean to yourself and you catch it, you can always say, you know what, brain? We're not going to do that anymore, and leave it at that. You don't have to switch it to positive, because sometimes that's really hard to believe, right? All right, let's see what our spirit guides have to say. So the spirit guides, I'm going to knock out the energy from the last reading. All right, spirit guides, what does the Jet group need to know about their week? What does the Jet group need to know about their week? All right, it says celebration. So I would say, this is funny, I get these I've been getting similar cards here in the last few videos. Celebration is all about looking at what do we have to be joyful for, right? Like, what can we celebrate in our life? Is there like our abundance, right? Like our relationships, our health, the fact that we woke up today, the fact that our body knows how to breathe, right? I mean, it could be literally that. So celebrate what you can. Find that little stuff in your week to feel good about. There's this really great practice that I learned about a while back where every day, if you find one thing that you're grateful for, about how your life works. So what I mean by that is like how the roads are paved on your way to work, or how your car got made, or how the food that got to you, how it got to you, right? Like all the workers, all the farmers, all the truckers that had to bring it to the store where then you went to purchase it. So that could be kind of a fun way to celebrate life's gifts, right? Okay, let's see. Let's ask the animals next. All right, animals. Animal spirits, what does the jet group need to know about their week? What does the jet group need to know about their week? Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, today we have the canary spirit. Such a pretty bird. The canary says, sing your own song. So I think if we tie all this together, this is talking about like being you, speaking your truth, showing up for who you are. So maybe it's like really looking at how you have your thoughts, right? Like what are your thoughts doing? How are they impacting your relationships, your relationship with yourself? Really recognizing how we're blocked, maybe unblock, so that we can find more love in our life, allow some forgiveness to take place. Be yourself, celebrate, bring the good stuff to you. Attract the stuff that you want in your life. And believe it, right? Believe in yourself. I think that's the other thing too with this canary spirit. Like believe in yourself. Because if you can sing your own song, have confidence. Believe in that. Believe in yourself. Okay, so what I'm going to do lastly is I like to pull one more card from this deck. This is the Power of Love deck. I just want to know, jet group, what other love can you bring into your week? What other love can you bring into your week? What else can you do this week? Okay, let's see. All right, so this says transformation. So let's see what it says, and I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so it says you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. So that's beautiful, right? That's going to be transforming for you to focus on love. So that's going to turn this card upright so that we can be open to love. We can return to being heart-centered. We're going to start doing the things that make us feel love. Work on our thoughts, turn them around, find some forgiveness for ourselves and for others. Focus on our abundance. And just be aware. When we tune into our thoughts, we just become so aware of how we treat ourselves. What we're sending out into the collective consciousness is super important. And lastly, we just want to celebrate, because life is beautiful, right? So looks like this week might feel a little tricky, might not feel like the best week of them all, but if we work on being aware, being grounded and mindful, I think that you'll be able to turn it around. And please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. You can leave me a comment or go to my website and email me. I'd love to hear from you. I am here for you. And I hope that you have a fantastic week. I hope that this helps you this week. And subscribe if you want to. I'd love that. I do videos twice a week. On Wednesdays, I do videos about other topics to help improve your life. And then we do a weekly energy video. So take care, and I will see you next time. Okay, hello. Now we're going to read for the Citrine group. This is a beautiful piece of citrine. We're going to put that right there. We'll start with tarot. We're just going to ask the tarot, what do you need to know this week? Kind of what's happening for you this week, okay? So Citrine group, what is happening for the Citrine group this week? What is going to go on, and what do they need to know? What do they need to know about their week? Okay, we'll cut it. All right, we're going to pull 3 tarot cards. Ooh, 2 reversals. Okay, that's all right. All right, we'll go ahead and start with this first card. So it's the 6 of Cups. and it's reversed. So let's turn it around just so you can see it. So this card is really kind of talking about reminiscing about the past, finding joy in the day-to-day stuff that we have. But if it's upside down, that to me is going to say that we're struggling to see the good in the day-to-day. We're wishing for the past. We're having a hard time getting out of our past. And then it's kind of causing some problems. We're feeling kind of stuck. So the next card is the Queen of Swords, and it's also reversed. So I will turn that over so you can see it. The Queen of Swords, she is very good at nurturing through her mind. So she's unbiased. She's got a really nice perspective. She really appreciates truth over anything else. She's very clear in her thoughts, but this was reversed. And so I would say that we're having a little bit of block with some of that. So I think that maybe your thoughts are not as clear as you'd like them to be. I think it's probably because we're stuck in the past a little bit. We're struggling a little bit to move forward, to let go of some stuff that's kind of getting us down. So I think our thoughts are kind of being impacted by that. So I would say that we're struggling with how we speak to others. We're struggling with just some of the past experiences, like some of the baggage, right? And that's so freaking human. I just have to say. There are times that we all have weeks like this, for sure. And I know it's not easy, and it can be really impactful, right? In a negative way. And so as we go, we'll ask the tarot, or not the tarot. We're going to ask other decks that I have about how to help this. But let's read one more tarot card, which is the Knight of Swords. And this is positive because, let me see if you can see that. There we go. The Knight of Swords. So this guy is very confident. He knows what he's doing. He's got a lot of action, a lot of wisdom in his action. He's confident. He can be a little impulsive, but he's got a lot of knowledge. He also believes knowledge is power. And so what I think that's happening here is I think that there's going to be part of the week where we're kind of stuck in the past. We're struggling with our thoughts. We're struggling with how we talk, like what words we say, how we talk to people. But then I think we're going to really kind of start to understand that taking some action, being wise about it is going to be really important. And when I say action, I mean maybe trying to do some things to help get out of the past, right? So maybe that's going to be some meditation. Maybe that's going to be some journaling. Maybe that's talking to a friend, helping you to kind of ground back into the now. So that's what I think. So that's really good. It looks like your week is going to turn around in that way, and there's going to be some good confidence building here. Okay, so let's talk to the Lenormand deck. This is just another divination deck. All right, so what is the selenite group? I'm sorry. That's not selenite. That's citrine. And I know that. All right, what does the citrine group need to know about their week? What does the citrine group need to know about their week? Okay. Oh, we've got the horse. Okay, so this rider, this is so good. This is starting a new journey. This is talking about like starting something new, a new beginning. And look how beautiful that is with the rainbow, and her fabric of her dress is flowing, and she looks like she's, from afar she looks like she's having fun. But I think it might be a little scary, right? It's always kind of hard to start a new journey. And so I think maybe that's what this is talking about. Like, we're going to start some new action. We're going to, really think about the action that we're going to take in a wise way. We're going to let this stuff go so that we can do that action. Let's talk to the angels now. Okay, angels, what does the citrine group need to know about their week? What does the citrine group need to know about their week? Okay. It looks like this says there's nothing to worry about. I love that. Okay, so this is I think this is speaking very much to being stuck in the past with our thoughts. Let's look at that card more closely. So it says, you are safe and the situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. So this is great. So loving thoughts, the situation is going to right itself, especially if you believe that it will. Belief is more important than anything else. They've done studies on that. And letting yourself let go of the past, bringing some wisdom into your actions, some new beginnings, and there's nothing to worry about. That's what it's looking like so far. How great is that? All right, let's ask the guides now what they want to tell us. So guides, what does the Citrine group need to know about their week? What does the Citrine group need to know about their week? Okay, we'll go ahead and cut it. And the card we got here says deprivation. It says prosperity guides. Okay, so our prosperity guides are telling us that this week we might feel a little bit of deprivation. And what I want you to know about that is just how we were talking about before about there's nothing to worry about. So even if you start to feel that way, if you don't feel like you have enough, if you're feeling like you are in lack, then the angels are telling you there's nothing to worry about, that everything is okay. You've got a new journey starting. We're going to let go of some past worries and some past stuff. We're going to take some wise action and to not worry about this. And I think that to let it go. That's the clear message I'm getting, is that it's time to let it go. All right, so now we're going to talk to the animals. And we're going to knock out the energy from the last reading. Okay, animal spirits, what does the Citrine group, what do they need to know? What do they need to know about their week? What can help them during this week? We're going to cut it. Very good. That's the card that fell out. This is the chameleon spirit. I love this card. It's so colorful. All right, so this card says act as if. And so this is saying, like, you know, in terms of, this is actually a perfect example. When we feel like we have lack, then what happens is the universe responds to that. And the universe, this is the kind of the idea of manifestation principles, right? So if we believe that we don't have enough, then the universe is like, oh, okay, that sounds good, then you won't have enough. But if we believe that we are abundant and that we will always have our bills taken care of and our life managed in that way, then we will have nothing to worry about. You will be provided for. And that's a manifestation idea. And I think that that's what this chameleon spirit is telling you, is act as if. So act as if you are that person that got that job you want. Act as if you're in a relationship. Act as if you have enough money to cover all your bills this month. And that energy, that belief, is going to help you this week with letting some stuff go, taking some wise action, starting a journey. There's a lot happening here. Taking some wise action and starting a journey, I think, are very similar. This is very positive. And just reminding yourself there's nothing to worry about. So act as if, right? Okay, so I hope that's all making sense so far. And then let's just go ahead and ask one more deck. This is the Power of Love deck. And I just want to know, what does the Citrine group, what love can they add to their week? What love can they add to their week? What kind of love can they add to their week? And I just shuffle until I am told to stop. Oh, I pulled this in the last reading. That is so funny. Transformation. Apparently this is a good message for both groups so far. All right, you can use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. And so this is really talking about use the power of love. Illusions, what that implies is like our brains are really good at lying to us and making us feel like we are in lack, making us feel like we don't have enough, making it hard because we stay stuck in the past. And so if we can focus on love and let go of the fear, and we can be aware, if we have, mindfulness of the way our thoughts are, then we can transform and we can have, connect to the power of manifestation and acting as if, connecting to there's nothing to worry about, and this beautiful journey that you're starting. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope that it resonates. I would love to hear your thoughts or your comments below. If you need anything, I'd be happy to help. So please let me know in the comments. And come back. I've got more videos coming Wednesdays and Sundays. And I hope you have a great week. Please subscribe. Take care. Okay, lastly is the Labradorite group. Isn't that stone so pretty when it shimmers? I love it. All right, Labradorite group, we are going to find out what is going on for your week. And we're going to talk to the tarot first. So tarot, what is going on for the Labradorite group? What do they have going on? What is going to happen this week? What do we need to know? That kind of stuff. For the Labradorite group. Oopsies. Alright, let's do one more shuffle. What do we need to know for the Labradorite group? Alright, then we're going to cut the deck. Alright, we'll pull 3 cards. Oh, okay. Alright, well, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of interesting stuff for your week. We're going to start with the 7 of Swords. And this card is kind of saying that there might be an opportunity this week where you're going to want to take something that you feel like is yours that maybe somebody else has, or they don't think it's yours. So it's kind of talking about, taking something, maybe even stealing something. And I'm not saying you're going to steal. Don't hear me say that. But I think it's going to be, you think that this is yours and somebody else right now has it. And so I think you might feel that way. I think your thoughts might be kind of centered around that you're feeling like you're not getting your stuff. So you're going to go take it. And like I said, it could be physical stuff, but I think, to be honest, this might be more about your thoughts than anything, that you want to go take it. I think that the thoughts are going to be a big problem this week. So this is the 10 of Swords, and it is reversed. So upright, yikes, right? That doesn't look so good. 10 of Swords is really about, feeling pretty stuck. There could be some betrayal going on. It's definitely the end of a cycle, but this was upside down. And so what I think this is saying to us is that we are having trouble with the end of a cycle, with the end of maybe some difficult experiences you've had, but you got to get your stuff. I think that's what this is saying, that this is tricky because you are blocked with ending something that needs to be ended. And some of it has to do with you taking what is yours. I think some of it has to do with your thoughts. And I think lastly, this card here, this is the 4 of Swords. This one's talking about taking a rest. It's time to slow down. I think you've had a lot of fighting lately. Maybe not literally fighting, but a lot of difficulties, right? Like, this is tricky. This card is overwhelmingly intense, I think, if that makes sense. Like, it's just the end of a cycle, but it's been a long cycle. But it's hard to let it go. It's hard for you to see the end. And I think it has to do with the fact that you can't get what you need. You're not getting what you need out of it. But I think what the tarot is saying is that after this happens, if we can let it go and turn this card upright, we got to rest. We got to rest that brain. Your brain has been thinking so hard and spending so much time worrying and so much time crunching all the stuff it needs to crunch on. It's time to rest. It's time to meditate. It's time to rest. It's time to rest that part of your brain that is worrying and fearful and all that stuff. And so let's see what the Lenormand also has to say. So we'll get the old energy out. Okay, Lenormand, what does the Labradorite group need to know about their week this week? Okay, we'll cut it. Okay, so this is the Anchor card. And the anchor is stable. The anchor is safe and secure and stable. And that's really important to think about. So even with the stuff going on, even with feeling stuck at the end of the cycle, not getting what you need, just needing a break, needing a rest, I think there's stability coming. And I think that that stability is going to be like a major component to this week. That you're going to feel safe, secure, stable. Like even if the waves are coming, you aren't moving. You are stable and strong, even if the storms pick up. Does that make sense? Okay, let's talk to the angels. So angels, what does the Labradorite group need to know about their week? What does the Labradorite group need to know about their week? Okay. That stability of that anchor is really nice. All right, this is saying the law of attraction. We got this card last time. You know, my intuition is telling me to pull 2 cards. Okay, so we've got the law of attraction, and this card is talking about being careful to really think about your thoughts. So let's just read it. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. So you can ask for help. You can ask the angels to help you. I think this is talking about taking a break, giving that brain that's hardworking, that's been working so hard to figure out this situation, figure out how to end this cycle. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. And just remember that it's important. Our thoughts are energy. Thoughts are things, which is so interesting to think about, right? And so, you know, have you heard that saying that worrying is like praying for something you don't want? Right now, I get the intensity of that. That can feel kind of intense. So, you know, I don't think it's necessarily about making sure every single thought is positive, but you just want to be aware of them. You want to be aware of their power. They're very powerful. Okay, the second angel card we pulled was relationship. Let me see if you can see that. It's a beautiful one. All right, it says your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. And so this is really just talking about, you know, if you can snuggle into your relationship with yourself, with your higher self, with whomever you believe is out there, whether it's angels or God or whomever, the universe, whomever you believe in, to recognize that there's more to this physical life than us humans. We're spirits here having this experience, right? And so the relationship to that is really important, I think, for you to work through this situation that you're going through, to give yourself a break, to find that stability, and to continue to move forward. All right, let's ask the guides, the spirit guides now, what they want us to know. So Labradorite group, what do they need to know about their week? What will help them this week? What will help them this week? Okay, let's see. We're going to cut it. Okay, it says devotion. Interesting. This is from our nature spirits. That's so interesting. So devotion. Well, devotion, I think, typically means devoted to maybe the higher calling, to kind of what we were just talking about with the angel card, the relationships. But because it's coming from our nature spirits, it makes me think that this is maybe talking about like finding the beauty in nature that's all around us, right? And maybe it's also about our faith. And having faith that there is more to this life than what we see and what we experience. That there's so much of what we see is an illusion and a construct of the human brain and not the spirit, right? So how do we devote ourselves to seeing through that illusion? So I think that's what that message is. And I think it relates to what the angels are telling us about the law of attraction, so paying attention to your thoughts, the 4 swords, giving yourself a rest from this crazy situation you've been going through, building that relationship, that deep, loving relationship with yourself and your higher self and your Creator, whether that be the universe or God, and then just devote yourself to it. Allow yourself to commit to looking at life in that way. I think that that will be very helpful this week. Okay, so now we are going to ask the animal cards. All right, animals, what does the Labradorite group need to know about their week? What does the Labradorite group need to know about their week, or what could help them along this path? Okay. Okay, so we've got the vulture spirit. So this card, can you see it? Yeah, okay, so this card, this says nothing is wasted. And if you think about what vultures do, right? Like they're very good at cleaning up the waste, right? Like they are the ones that eat the dead animals. Sorry to be gross. But I think this card is telling us, this animal, this vulture is telling us this week, is that everything you're doing is going towards like your life, your soul purpose, your soul lessons, shall I say. So everything you're up to, right? So even going through this difficult situation, letting yourself have a rest, finding your stability, recognizing that your thoughts are things, that everything you're doing is there's a reason for it. It's all helping you get to those soul lessons that you're here to learn. And so it's really important to remember that and make it your friend. So I just watched this great TED Talk. It was called Making Stress Your Friend, something like that. Google it, you'll like it. But it was super helpful in recognizing that our belief system is so important, and that we're here to go through what we go through in order to learn. Now, she didn't really talk about that part, but she talked about how much our belief system is important. So, anyway, side note. That wasn't from the cards. Side note. Okay, lastly, let's ask the Power of Love cards. What can the Labradorite group do to bring a little bit more love into their week? A little bit more love. All right, let's see. Oh, it says empathy. Okay, I love this card. I just love the colors. I mean, they're all rainbow, but I like the way it's got the white background. Okay, anyway, it says you feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. And so maybe this is like a good reminder to have empathy for yourself, to recognize what you're going through, have compassion for yourself, but also think about how you can do this for others. How can you, maybe in this situation you're going through, is there a way to have compassion and empathy for this situation, this person that's not giving you what you need? Maybe that would be good for you. Maybe it would be good to have empathy for all that's involved. Okay, well, if you need anything this week, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can always comment below or email me. My email's from my website, which is in the link below. And I hope you subscribe. I hope to see you here next time. I've got another video coming out on Wednesday, which will be a reading to help you live the best life that you can. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I will talk to you soon. Take care.